Hey guys, welcome to our new Mountain MPG loop. That's right. This vehicle, the 2019 Chevy Silverado 1500 with the 4-cylinder turbo, has done the 98-mile round-trip loop, and it's also done the Ike Gauntlet. But we decided to take it into the mountains and see how it does with regular driving up in the Rockies. And that's coming up next. Alright guys, so we're going to be using our standard 2-click method for gas. Basically, we're going to fill all the way up, let it click, wait 30 seconds so everything settles, squeeze it until it clicks again, and we're good to go. This is what we do with all of our MPG runs. Now this is the big difference. We're going to use the mileage from inside the vehicle because we don't know exactly how far we're going to go. The reason why? We're going to be prototype hunting on this trip. So we're going to be driving around the hills looking for new prototypes. We know you guys like that. We like it too. Rumors of some really interesting cars in the hills. And once we're done, we'll go to the pump, we'll see the mileage that we have inside the vehicle, and then we'll calculate it from there. Oh, there we go. And this gets to 45 seconds. It started at 15, so there we go. Okay. All right, let's reset this puppy. There we go. Don't worry about that. Here we go, distance, average. Now remember, we don't know exactly how many miles we're going to be putting on this vehicle. It could be 100, it could be 300 miles. And the reason why is because we're going to be chasing around prototypes. And the good news about that is that we're going to be doing highway mileage, we're going to be on back roads, we're going to be going through a small town, kind of a little bit of a city. All of that combined will definitely help make a very unique MPG loop. All right, so what are we dealing with here? Guys, this is actually my first time monkeying around with this particular engine. I had heard a lot about it. It's not very impressive looking under the hood. That's a 2.7 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that puts out 310 horsepower and 348 pound-feet of torque. I'd love to see that engine inside of a smaller truck. Anyway, it's hooked up to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and this is a 4-wheel drive truck. Now the EPA rates this at 22 MPG highway, which is pretty good, but guess what? When we did our highway loop, it got 24 MPG. That's even more impressive. So, curious to see what it's going to do at high elevation going up and down mountains. So guys, I'm going to put this into 4-wheel drive auto. I know the most efficient way to run this truck is in 2-wheel drive only, but we're about to hit some pretty icy conditions, and this is real world testing, and a lot of you guys will do the same thing. So this is for safety and it's for accuracy. It sounds weird. You know what it's kind of like? It's like driving a diesel. You know, like a diesel, you're not expecting a lot of interesting noise unless you modify it. But for the most part, it's kind of industrial sounding. That's kind of like this. I'm not saying it sounds like a diesel, but it doesn't sound like a V8 or a V6 for that matter. So once you get that through your head that you're not going to be hearing the rewarding sound of a big V8, it's not so bad. I mean, I'll tell you one thing, it moves pretty good. Guys, I need to talk to you about something kind of serious. We're men here, many of us, and guys do stupid things to other guys. One of which is on demand, after eating chili and drinking beer, a lot of them can fart, and they can do it all at once. General Motors understands that this is happening, and they've taken precautions to prevent you from inhaling too much gas and thus passing out while you're driving. And that is what I like to call the fart button. See this? When I trigger it, all 4 windows go down at once. Check it out. Boom! You are saved! The only problem is, you have to put them all up individually. You're not able to put it up because the fart button really is for emergency blow. Frankly speaking, I don't know what else it does. So that's what I'm calling it, the fart button. These are Goodyear Wranglers, not the off-roadies with the Kevlars, but nonetheless, I've actually had experience with these tires before, and they are pretty good all-season tires. Perfect for the elements we're about to tackle. Folks, we're getting off the highway in our little Silverthorne neighborhood near Dillon, and we're about to turn on to some back roads in a moment, but right now, our average is 17.7 miles per gallon. Now, here's the thing about that. When we were in the tunnel, we were at 15 miles per gallon, and that was mostly going uphill, so you can already see how drastic that's changed. So I don't know if you guys find auto stop as annoying as I do. If you want to maintain good gas mileage, you leave it on, obviously. In this vehicle, when it's working, it shuts off when you're at a light and you're firmly on the brake. If you're touching the brake lightly, then it stays off. If you want to shut it off, you simply hit this button, boom, it's off. Now here's the thing about it. I'm going to pull over, right over here, all right? I'm going to come to a full and complete halt, okay? Now I'm going to shut this is off right now, watch. Shut the vehicle off. Now I'm going to turn it back on, watch what happens. It comes back on, so you cannot defeat it completely. We have had zero luck today. Zero luck. Normally, we get a glimpse of something. At one point, I was messing with poor Mikey, who's running the camera, saying, "Oh, there's a Ford." Oh, it's a car, which means it's not a prototype that's testing up here, right? But there's nothing. Okay guys, well we made it to the top of Loveland Pass. It's another balmy day, and we're averaging 16.3 miles per gallon. That's actually not too bad, but check it out. From here on, it's pretty much downhill. General Motors is really good about finding new ways of saving gas, and one of the things that they've been really on, is cylinder deactivation. Been doing it for years. This vehicle has it, even though it's only a 4-cylinder. You can actually go down to a 2-cylinder in the right conditions. Our loop is done, yo. All right, here we go. 87. Same thing with, let it fill up. And boom. 134 divided by 6.727. There we go. Wow. 19.91 MPG. That is really close to what it says inside the truck, which means this mountain pass run that we just did was extremely efficient. Wow. So it kind of boils down to this. This is sort of the tale of two trucks. It's my first time with this truck, and I really like it, actually. Good power. But it's not a truck if you want that visceral V8 sound. And there's another thing it's not. It's not a hell of a hauler. Take a look at this sticker inside the door. You're going to see a maximum of 6,700 pounds for towing. There are mid-sized trucks that can tow that, so that's a problem. However, if you just need to haul, it hauls around 1,900 pounds, which is pretty good. And keep in mind, this is a half-ton truck. You know who I think this truck would really work well for? The guy who doesn't really need that awesome V8 sound and also doesn't need to tow a lot, but needs to haul a good amount and occasionally tow, and needs good gas mileage, because this thing was getting 19.9 miles per gallon. That's really impressive. especially up here at high elevation, in the hills, in the snow, and in the wind. I'm actually really impressed with that. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. I know this was a different type of test. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. For the Fastlane Truck, this is Nathan. I'll see you next time.